It's Mr. Burley at St. Elizabeth Catholic School. For this particular video, we're going to do a wheel again. Had a student that was doing I believe it's a Volkswagen Jetta, and you can see there's a V shape running up through here, so it was a bit of a challenge to come up with that, and that's why I thought I'd do the little tutorial on that. How I did it is probably many different ways as with anything else. So I'm going to click Create Sketch, and I'm going to sit on this face. Now you notice my screen didn't switch to this particular mode. That's because I have that switched off. You can go in through your settings up in through here if you want to change that and have it so it stays in the orientation you're drawing in. I just find it easier. So I'm going to go circle, create a circle. I'm going to set it something like this, arbitrary number, any old size, and come out with a second circle like this. And now the students tend to, when they design something like this particular thing here, they tend to concentrate on the negative space. Rather than doing that, because that's a triangle, what I do is I concentrate on the spoke itself and design the spoke itself, the negatives, and then create the negative space out of the spokes. I just find it's easier because if you're doing this, it has to be perfectly symmetrical and the whole bet, because when you go to revolve it around the center, if they're not perfect, you won't come up with the outcome that you're hoping for. First thing I'm going to do is create a line from here up to here, like that. Then I'm going to go over here, I'm going to go Sketch, and I'm going to offset this line here. I'm going to offset this line here on that side, maybe 5 millimeters, looks good to me. And then I'm going to come back and do the same on the other side, offset this side, 5 millimeters, 5. Now, from this, I'm going to stop the sketch, and I'm going to revolve this around. Actually, I'm going to come up into here, and I'm going to revolve that. I'm going to click this guy here, and this guy here. I held the Control key down to do that. I'm going to click Sketch, and I'm going to click, whoops, back up one step here. I got to go back into here. I inadvertently shut that off. Edit the sketch. I'm going to come back into here. I'm going to click Circular Pattern, and I'm going to click this one. 1, 2, and 3. And then I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to say, it's asking me to select the center point. I can select the center point here, so it grabs this. Now you can see it's created 3. I want, I believe it was 10. Hopefully that's the right number. Yeah, I think so, 10. And now I've created the 10. I'm going to click Stop Sketch and bring it into the center. Now I need to come and do some trimming. I need to trim some of the stuff in here. So I'm going to go, again, right-click, edit the sketch, and I'm going to grab the trim tool, and I'm going to come in here and I'm going to trim off the ends of everything so that I end up with this negative space. So I'm going to click this, trim this, and it's going to give me it's going to give me a few error messages. Is okay. This is alright. We're going to trim this one, and I'm going to trim this one, and then I'm going to trim this. If you end up trimming the wrong one, all you have to do is just click undo, or you can trim it back again, and it'll come back for you. Okay. I think I got everything there. Now I'm going to come and I'm going to delete this line here, and this one, and this guy, just cleaning this up, deleting these spokes, the center lines. I'm going to use the one up here, so I'm going to leave him. And then I'm going to come and I'm going to delete the whole, whoops, undo, didn't mean to grab that. I'm going to select, I did it again. I'm going to select in here, so stop the sketch for a second. I want to scroll in and see if this grabbed okay. You see, it's gone past. I'm going to have to go back and trim those. It's a bit of a pain, but it's required. So let's just go back here. I'm going to go Sketch, and I'm going to go Trim, and I have to come right in here and zoom in, and let's trim. It's not working for me. Edit Sketch, Edit Sketch, and then Trim, and there we go. And trim off all these. So we're going to scroll around the outside, and we're just going to trim these little edges off. You might not have had them. I just didn't click correctly when I clicked it, or there's 10 of them, so I'm just going to work my way around. Again, if you inadvertently click the wrong one, just undo. Oops, like I just did right there. Undo. Undo again. Scroll back in. Reinvoke the trim command. If I was more careful with clicking the line up, I wouldn't have probably had these. I wouldn't have had these. Or if I had the snap turned on, I probably didn't have it turned on. No, it's on there. At any rate, we're almost done. Coming up the top. Again, with this software and many other softwares, there's probably tons of different ways I could have done this. I'm probably missing a salient step, but nevertheless, I'll still get the same result. Okay, now I think one more to go, that one. Okay, now once I have this, I come in here. I'm going to get rid of the center stuff, so I'm just going to go in here and I'm going to highlight this whole thing here. Window in on it. And I'm going to delete all that stuff in the center. I don't need any of that. So I'm going to end up with this. Now, I'm going to stop the sketch and right click this guy and this guy, both. And I'm going to press pull it. And I'm going to pull it down so I leave the sketch on the top. And I pull it down. I'm going to do that one too. And I end up with something like that. I just pull it to an arbitrary position right now. And now what I'm going to do is create that chamfer that we were talking about earlier. So how I'm going to do that is I right click this guy, edit the sketch, and I'm going to come in here and I'm going to delete, this is a radius from here to here. I'm going to get rid of that radius. I'm going to come in here, I'm going to trim it, or break it I suppose is probably a better one to use. Break, I'm going to break this right there. And then I'm going to come in and I'm going to delete that little guy right there. And now I'm going to do a straight line from this point here. I want to make sure I grab it in the right spot too, right there. And make sure it's accurate right there, because I'm going to use this for my construction plane, and if my construction plane is not right, then it won't line up with the spoke. Now sitting here like this, I'm going to go create construction line, or construction plane at an angle. So I click this one, and I'm going to leave it at 0, and what it does is it's going to keep it 90 degrees to this surface, and I'm going to click OK. Now I'm going to come in here and I'm going to create my geometry, this one here. So I'm going to go create sketch, and I'm going to sit on this face, my new face that I just clicked on. I'm going to go like this. I'm going to come down. You can, if you want a shallower one, you come in deeper and deeper one down like that, of course. I'm going to go, I haven't looked at the car, so it's probably something like around that, I'm thinking. And then I'm going to come up here and I'm going to zoom in, make sure I get the right spot there, and I click him, and I'm going to come back over and I'm going to click this guy. So now I've got a sketch. And I stop the sketch. Now, I want to use this and I want to extrude it, but the problem is I can't get at it. It's underneath here. And I know if I go through these selection tools, there's probably a way to do this that I've yet to figure out. So I'm going to come in here and turn off this body, and turn the bodies off, and I'm going to rotate the model around. And now I can come in here and I can touch that, and I'm going to right click on it and press pull it. Now before I do anything, I roll it back to the home position, like this, and then I'm going to turn the bodies back on, both bodies back on, like that, and now I'm going to grab it and I'm going to bring it this way to the center. Now I'm going to cut the center a little bit later. Oh, there's our bell. I'm going to bring it down like this.
Excuse interruption. Matthew Miles, please report to the main office. Matthew Miles, please report to the main office.
So I'm going to pull that down and cut it down to 53 millimeters, which is good. I'm going to click OK, and you can see it ended up with the chamfer I wanted. Now, these things here, I'm going to back up. I'm going to click these guys here, and they were supposed to be cuts. So I'm going to go and highlight these guys all by themselves. And then I'm going to go right click, press pull, and I'm going to cut them down in. And I'm going to go right through, down like this, right the way through. Click OK. And now you can see this is the design I was looking for. Now I can do one other thing too. I can go click on this guy here, this one, and I want to rotate him. Now because this is a solid model, not a sketch, you want to go create, use the create tab, come down to the pattern, click circular pattern, and we've already selected that feature. You can see the feature's been selected because I selected it in there. The axis I'm interested in is the center of that, and how many I'm interested in is 10. And now you can see I've created the spokes to kind of what she's looking for, what she was trying to do on her particular project. Now, one last step. I'm going to go create sketch. I'm going to sit on this face, and I'm going to go circle, and I'm going to come in here, and I'm going to, now you notice when I click this, it doesn't turn to the right face. Again, because I've got it switched off in the settings. I just like it like this, and that way I can hold it and I can sketch at any angle I want. You can, by default, it'll go to the front face, the correct face. So I'm going to bring it out to somewhere like, I guess something like this. Let me look at the spokes. I don't want to go too far and cut my spoke off. So something maybe like that. And then I'm going to go right click, press pull, and I'm going to take that guy and I'm going to cut him down in. And I'm going to click OK. And maybe a bit too deep, but wrong. Press pull. I'm just going to go a bit shallower. Something maybe like that. And then later on I'm going to go put my bolts in there. So that's the process I did for that particular wheel. There's a few more things done on that wheel. There's another line in here, and I think we come in and add another depth. I think there's something that comes in here. I don't think these spokes run right out to there. But nevertheless, that's the method I used.